no wealth that will help people. The Prophet ﷺ, he describes in a hadith, the hadith of the Muflis, he asked the companions, do you know who's a bankrupt person? He said, the one who has no money. He said, no, it's the one who comes on the Day of Judgment. He has a mountains of good deeds, but he cursed this person, he slandered this person, he performed backbiting, he killed, he cheated, he laughed at, he mocked, he was arrogant, and everyone comes and starts taking from his sins from his good deeds until he has no more good deeds. So then they start giving him his sins, their sins. And that person came in with a bank account in positive, and he's going out with negative because of what they've done. And the Prophet Umar bin Khattab, he said, "Hasibu anfusakum, hold yourself accountable. Qabla an tuhasabu, before you are held accountable. If you hold yourself accountable here, you will be able to protect yourself from going there and going in the negative there. If you think of your life as a book, every day is a page in that book. Now we have the opportunity to edit. At the end of the day, you can make tawbah and it will be erased. It will be gone. But once it's published, once it's on the bookshelf, you cannot change things anymore. The Day of Judgment is the publication of your book. Now you have the opportunity to erase, delete, fix, add. That's what we are doing here. Every day we are just writing a page in that book. And when the day is over, that's it, it's over. That page is gone. And this, once we die, there's no more editing. It's done. That book will have on it, in it, tremendous details. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَوُضِعَ الْكِتَابِ, the book will be placed before people. فَتَرَى الْمُجْرِمِينَ مُشْفِقِينَ مِمَّا فِيهِ, the criminals will be in awe and anxiety over what's in it. وَيَقُولُونَ يَا وَيْلَتَنَا, they will say, woe to us. مَا لِهَذَا الْكِتَابِ, what kind of book is this? لَا يُغَادِرُ صَغِيرَةً وَلَا كَبِيرًا, there's nothing small or large except that is in this book. Think back to your life. How many times have we done something where that perhaps really hurt someone's feelings, but we completely forgot about it? And if we're reminded about it, we don't even remember. But on the Day of Judgment, it will come back. Watch your words. Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. Control yourself. Don't regret what you are going to do or say. Control your thoughts. Control your actions. Monitor your heart when you say anything. So, because of time, I'm going to move a little faster. People now they know where they are going. Some people will be taken to paradise in groups. And some people will be taken to hell in groups. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا رَبَّهُمْ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ زُمَرًا, those believers who are going to paradise, they will be taken in groups. And I just imagine that celebration. I'm imagining everyone hugging each other, high-fiving, celebrating, and that scene as they get closer and closer to paradise. I remember one time about 3 or 4 years ago, we went for Umrah here. And we were going from Medina to Mecca. And you know, when you go from Medina to Mecca, you say, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. So when we got in the bus, all the guys were saying, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, and it's a 4-hour ride, so people, they died down. And then when we got in Mecca, the entire bus changed. Before we got to Mecca, people are joking and messing around and doing all of these things. When we got inside Mecca, the bus was shaking with talbiyah. Everyone, at the top of their lungs, was saying, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. We went to our hotel, we threw our bags, and we started walking closer and closer to the Haram. I was there, but I wasn't with the brothers when they were doing this, but they locked their arms, and they started walking closer to the Kaaba. And when they finally see the Kaaba, the excitement that's building in their heart, some of them, they burst into tears. Imagine getting closer and closer and closer to Jannah. A place that's of eternal bliss. A place that has no worries. Once you're in, you're secure forever. Never to leave again. Eternal pleasure. You will be in the company of God and His prophets. Imagine what your heart will be experiencing as you get closer to that. And you are with people. And you are saying, look there. Is that my house? Is that your house? Is that the Prophet? The gates of Jannah, the celebration as you enter Jannah, the surprises that come out, the excitement, the scent of paradise. And you're so excited. And all these people eventually enter paradise. And the opposite happens. People are now being shoved to hell in groups. Perhaps trying to shove back, but they are just like, if you've ever seen like a garbage truck or a truck just pushing garbage, just like that, pushed into hellfire. And they are just dumped into hell. And the fear and the heat and the scent and the anxiety and the screams. And there's conversations that take place. People on their way to hell hate each other and they blame each other. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ اسْتُضْعِفُوا لِلَّذِينَ اسْتَكْبَرُوا. Those who are weak, they will say to those who are strong, لَوْلَا أَنْتُمْ لَكُنَّا مُؤْمِنِينَ. If it wasn't for you, we would have been Muslims. You were the one on TV saying Muslims are like this, Muslims are like that. Islam is this and Islam is that. I fell for it. If it wasn't for you, I would be Muslim. And they will respond back to them. And there's this whole debate that takes place, but they are all spilled in hell. These individuals are spilled in hell. There's a bridge that everyone must cross on the Day of Judgment. It's described as being as thin as a hair and as sharp as a knife. And it's called the Sirat. People will go over that. The good people will fly over. Some will go as fast as light. Some will go as fast as birds. Some will go flying. Some will go riding. Some will go walking, running. Some will go crawling, and they will eventually make it to the other side. Some people will fall in. Many people will fall in. And Allah, He says in the Quran, وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا. Every single one of you must go over this bridge. On the other side of the bridge, the person cheering you on will be the Prophet ﷺ. He will be there, interceding for you again, saying, God, please, let them cross. Saying, Mahmoud, Fatima, Aisha, make it, come on, you can do it, I'm here. And when you finally make it there, He will embrace you. He will hug you. And He will take you to His fountain of Kawthar. And He will give you in His own hand a drink from there. Once you drink from this, you will never experience thirst again. This is before you even enter paradise. To be there with the Prophet ﷺ, imagine the comfort in seeing him after all of this hardship, and he comforts you, and he said, you've made it, you're probably so tired and thirsty, come, he holds you by your hand and he brings you, and he knows you by your name, because he sees that you are a Muslim, and he said, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, he will know his ummah because of the wudu they make. When any time you make wudu, the part of your body that touches, the water touches your body will be shining on the Day of Judgment. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said, I will know my ummah based on that. So Abu Hurairah, when he used to make wudu, he used to do it up to his shoulder because he wanted his whole body to shine. But just being there and seeing him and having that comfort in the Prophet ﷺ's character and his presence is beyond any other. It's beyond any other. Just think of someone you've seen in your life. Just because of the way they look and the way they behave and the way they treated you, you are touched by that forever. Some people, they do something so small for you, and it means so much for you that you never ever forget that person. The Prophet ﷺ, he's multiplied by that, multiplied by so many times. That person who does those things, that smile, I don't know why this fly is attracted to me, but that person who instills that love in your heart, where you see him and you never forget him. On the Day of Judgment, I'm just some concluding things. There's much more to be said, but I am going to stop. Hell will be brought forth, and when accounting takes place, some people's accounting will take place in private. So God will cover them, and He won't allow humanity to see their shortcomings. Some people, they will be exposed. يَوْمَ تُبْلَى السَّرَائِرُ. On that day, secrets will be brought to public. On that day, hell will be brought forth. وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمَ. Allah, He describes in the Quran, hell is brought forth. يَوْمَئِذٍ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانِ. On that day, man will remember. وَأَنَّى لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. But what is remembrance going to do for him? يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي قَدَّمْتُ لِحَيَاتِي. He will say, I wish I did something for my life. فَيَوْمَئِذٍ لَا يُعَذِّبُ عَذَابَهُ أَحَدٌ. On that day there will be no punishment like the punishment of God. The Prophet ﷺ, he says in a hadith, an authentic hadith, that hell will be brought forth on the day of judgment with 70,000 ropes. So hell is being brought forth with 70,000 ropes. Each rope is being held by 70,000 angels. The scene, the terror that's coming place. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in Surah Qaf, He says, the verse, He says about hellfire, يَوْمَ نَقُولُ لِجَهَنَّمَ. Allah will say to hellfire on that day, هَلِ امْتَلَأْتِ. Are you full? Are you full?